Hello everyone, this is Shiny Noctowls, and today I figured it'd be nice to stream some 2004Scape for you guys. It'd be nice to do. If I can get everything set up here. I know you usually don't stream this early in the day. I actually I've gotten quite a bit of good sleep lately, and so I woke up earlier than I usually. Actually, not been too. I'll watch if it. What? Hold on. Panic. No, it's okay. Hold on. What does that mean? Nah, that's crazy. I literally don't know what that means. I have an uncle named Herman, or I call him Uncle Cherokee Japanese Herman because it's like a mix of Japanese Herman and Cherokee and all that, or at least he's been with Cherokee for over 40 years now in North Carolina. It looks similar to Nobuo Uematsu, who's one of the musical composers for Final Fantasy. Uh, oh, okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. That's I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean? I was like, okay then. Yeah, I think when I looked at my ancestry, aside from I know I talk a lot about Japanese ancestry because I'm really glad I've gotten to spend time with other Japanese or just like I watched this Japanese YouTuber named Ken Kenobi, and it's kind of a pun because he's a really big Star Wars fan, and um, he recently has kind of shifted his kind of content from kind of like what he calls like red pill content or red pill content that really didn't speak well to him ultimately, to like gaming. And I always kind of poke at him in a fun way because like he's always like freaking out like when he's playing certain games, and I just tell him I tell him I'm Rhyme Japanese because um in Japan they have a thing where um if you're Oops, my bad. Oh, you know what I didn't realize, guys? I now understand why my screen was kind of messed up a wee bit here. So, what was going on? Yeah, so what was happening is I didn't realize I didn't have my game screen. Okay. Let me know if this is better for you guys. Sorry about that. I didn't realize my game wasn't full screen. Okay. Oh, 29 Rebel. Yeah, so in Japan they have a thing where for half Japanese you're a hafu, for quarter Japanese you're a quarter fu. And I tell Ken I'm a Rainbu because I know Ken was like, you know, when Ken at first when he thought about Rainbu he thought LGBTQ, but I tell him no, like Rainbu is like my ancestry is like a Rainbu, or like Rainbu like in Norwegian and Danish means rainbow. And I think it's kind of fitting because I feel like Rainbu also kind of fits like can say like I'm not a half, I'm not a quarter fu, but I am a Rainbu. And I think as he's gotten to know me, he's really kind of warmed up in a healing way and I kind of feel for him because there were times where even when he was doing the red pill content, there were times where he had to like tell other people that were watching the stream, he was like, you know, listen, like, you know, if someone comes to your country and they're causing problems, that's one thing. But if you don't like someone just because they look what he calls foreign, then that's just wrong. And today, again, like people were kind of, I guess, kind of like picking on him because like they were saying, you know, why aren't you doing your red pill content anymore? Why are you just gaming now? And Ken was like, you know, this is what I want to do now. I got tired of I got tired of what I was doing before, and honestly, I don't blame him because the thing is that I honestly was feeling for him because like he got to understand me better. Like I think at first like he was like, you know, why does he say he's Rainbow Japanese? Like what does that even mean? But I think as he's gotten to know me, he's like, oh okay, you know, he's okay, you know. He's all right. It was kind of like my uncle Cherokee Japanese Herman, where even with my uncle, at first, like he was like, you know, you actually, I don't know why he said it in this way, but he was like, you know, you're kind to me, or you treat me well, and I was like, well, I mean, well, number one, he's my uncle, but you know, but I kind of felt like Ken was like the same way because Ken, when he was walking around in Tokyo one time, like I guess he was walking around different people, and I think one time he said about someone, he said something like, "No, this guy is actually all right. Like this guy, like I think it was someone from Spain, and I know Spain's been on the news lately because of what happened with Morocco and Spain, and that was crazy. But anyways, like the guy was from Spain, and he had like I've actually been growing out my hair for almost 3 years now. I'm actually glad I have because now it's starting to balance my beard. But yeah, like I think like I mean honestly, like if the guy didn't say he was from Spain, to me he could have been maybe from like now here's the thing, like sometimes, and I don't want people to take this as an insult, but sometimes when I look at some people that are French or some people that are German, or I guess even some people that are Spanish, they all kind of look, or some of them look kind of, I don't know if I should say German or Germanic, but sometimes like if you didn't tell me like one is from Spain, the other's from France, and the other's from Germany, I might get like a little bit confused at first. But yeah, because like, and I guess the thing is like, even with Germans or Germanic people, like not every Germanic person looks the same, or even every German. Uh, and so like, I have a friend named Maffy, and I think she's Welsh, and she lives in Britain, but I think she said like, her dad has like ancestry from some part of Germany. But when I look at her, I mean, I really get along well with her because I think she has a good heart. But when I look at her, I think of like Baltic. Like I don't really think like my first thing when I think about her is not like German from Germany. My first thing is like Baltic. So like maybe it could be like northeastern German or maybe like somewhere in the Baltic region. But yeah, no, like I've told her about like my ancestry and my uncle and all that. Um, and like I think with my uncle, like I mean his name is literally Herman or spelled like German. The reason why it's spelled like German is because in Spanish, if you want to spell German, spell it like how say German, but you say Herman. But most people just call him Herman because that's what he likes to be called. And yeah, like I don't know, like it's one of those things where sometimes too people like when I tell them my uncle's like it's not the Cherokee part that gets them. I don't think it's like when I tell them he's German and Japanese, they kind of like sometimes jump a little bit, and I'm like it's okay, like he's fine, and you know, and I'm Ryan Japanese, and they're like oh okay he's fine. And so the thing is because like it is kind of like sad like no worries, Matt. Yeah, like I think if you told someone you were like Matt, for example, if you told someone you were like French, Canadian, and Japanese, I think they would be fine with it. Because even if you're Germanic, like they would say, well, he's just French and Japanese, so it's okay. But I think when I told them like my uncle's German and Japanese, they kind of they kind of give me a look, and I'm like, it's okay, like he's fine, and you know, and I'm Rhymish Japanese, and they're like, oh, okay, he's okay. But like the thing is like I have spoken to like a couple people directly from Germany about this, only a couple because you know, the thing is that I feel like I get along really well with Norwegians, like because maybe that's the thing too. It's like because like when I share my ancestry, I think a lot of it, even though like some of it is, I guess what you would call Germanic, a lot of it's also like Scandinavian, and you know, I'm trying to see how I can break this down. Like I guess it's like the best way I can describe it. It's like saying like every European or every Japanese is the same, or every Asian's the same. Like, of course, like we're all some people who live in Europe could all be European, or people who have European descent. You know, they have European descent. But I guess like there's so many different tribes, so many different peoples. Like some people will say like they're Frank, some people will say they're Cherusci, some people will say they're Frisian or Saxon or Celtic Adui or Sequini. I kind of like the name Adui because it sounds like like sometimes like how I like to call my name Louis. And I try to tell that to my dad because like sometimes my dad pokes at me and he says Luigi and I'm like Dad I don't feel like that. Um, you know, because I have like a little bit of ancestry connected to like I guess a little bit like to like early European farmers. So like those were before that people came into Europe. So and I was looking at their ancestry and it seems like they were kind of like closely related to like the I guess in the Italians would call them the Aboriginals, which would be like the Iron Age Latins or Etruscans. And I guess when the Romans came to Italy, there were people already there. And I was looking at their ancestry, and it seems like the original people that lived there were closer to like Spanish and Southwest French. So like Southwest French, Spanish, Portuguese, and French Basque, Sardinian. But they were also not too far away from French and West German and was it Flemish and Irish and Scottish and English. I guess since they were kind of some of the original people in Europe, you know, when people from the steppe did come, I guess some of them, you know, did eventually mix. And I think even some people who built Stonehenge were pretty genetically close to them. So I'm French Canadian. Hopefully I'm pronouncing this right. Quebecois and Irish. What? Let's go. It's awesome. Ancestors from France. Yeah, and so it seems like because like And even with France, like there's like seems like there's a lot of different ancestral groups. Like there's like Southwest French, which I think Southwest French, to me, like it seems like they tend to lean more genetically towards either Latins, so like Latins, I guess that were. So like what I learned is that I guess like the Romans, like if the Latins and Etruscans did not live in Rome, we may never have had a Latin language at all, or we may never have had like the aqueducts like that were built. Because I was playing a game called Pokemon Legends ZA, and it was based in France, but they had architecture of the aqueducts and all that. And so maybe that's why Southwest French pops up, because maybe part of the French population might be related to that ancestry. Because at first I didn't know like if France was just descended from like the Frankish people or like the. And I know Germany. I don't know what it is with some Germans, but they love to. They love they love to like say like yeah, French and Germans are Frankish and we claim Charlemagne. I don't know what it is with that. But like if you actually look at the DNA of the French people, they're kind of more mixed than people think. Like they do have Frank, but they also have like the Celts who live there, like the Gallo-Celtic Sequani and Adui. And it seems like those people are like close to like Spanish, Portuguese, and French, and sometimes South Dutch. Um, and then I told you about the Latins and the Etruscans, and I don't want to give the Etruscans all the credit because people will say that the Etruscans were main ones responsible for building like the aqueducts and in Europe, but I think the Latins also played a huge role as well. Um, yeah, and so you have them, and then I guess you have the Romans and Greeks that also. I guess that's why like France. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, but I think originally it was like you had Celtic, you had Gallo-Roman. I think Gallo-Roman's like a mix of like Celtic and Roman. Oh yeah, and then you have the Normans as well. And so I do have. I was looking at my DNA, and it seems like I was genetically close to Normans. And I guess the Normans were like a mix of like Viking and Frankish and Gallo-Roman and Celtic. I, I I think it was the Normans who like brought like French, like part of like the French language to England, I think, or Britain. Because I think before that, like I think English was more Germanic, I think, and then when the Normans came, I think it became a bit more Latin and French. But maybe they would have had Latin influence even before, because I know the Romans also went to Britain as well. Yeah, there were a lot of different people who were moving around and stuff, and I don't know, like I think for me, I like when I look at all my ancestry, like I know some people will say that they feel closer to like Romans and Greeks, and some people might feel closer to like Scandinavians and Germanic people. And then of course you have some Eastern Europeans that will say they're Slavic or Sloveni or Sloveni and all that. I just feel like kind of like I definitely feel Japanese in me, and I guess I have like some of that steppe ancestry, cause like well like not just steppe but also like Asiatics or Asian nomads. Cause I was looking at some of like the Ruran, Avar, Jadon, Senpi Senpai, like some of the Northeast Asians who came to Europe in the medieval period. And some of them legitly look like samurais, like they have like the armor similar to like the samurais, and some of them look like some of the actors from Shogun, which is like a live action film of when the English and Portuguese were going to Japan. You had I guess at that time there were some Portuguese who were Catholic and some English who were Protestant. But yeah, like some of the characters literally look like the Japanese like samurai or the shogun and all that. And because I told Herman, like, Herman, I never understood why. I'm not gonna say like this is specifically only tied to Germany, because it seems like most of these Ruron, Avar, or Senpi Senpai, they actually originally went to Hungary, not Germany initially. But I told Herman like maybe this is why like some Japanese and some people that are not just confined only to Germany. I don't know why I have to say that, but yeah, it's like maybe there's like some kind of like ancestral connection that people aren't aware about. Because like I guess the like the Ruran Avar Jerome's senpai. I call them senpai because in Japanese when you say senpai, it's like a senior, or it's like notice me senpai. You know, it's I guess they were really Asian. Like they weren't European at all. They were like purely Northeast Asian for the most part. And the reason why they went into Europe in the first place is I think in Northeast Asia there's a fight between them and the Göktürks, which I guess were like the ancestors of the Turks. And dude, I've never seen someone as obsessed with nationality. Yeah, well, I wanted to learn about my ancestry because I always told myself, you know, like what you know who like what is my ancestry? But anyways, so what happened was like I guess the Ruran or the Joron Senpai were kind of like the senpai of the Göktürks, or they're kind of like it's like a Japanese company where you have the employer and the employee. And I guess the Ruran were the employer, the Göktürks were the employee. But I guess it got to the point where the Göktürks were tired of being the blacksmiths of the Ruran, so not only did they overthrow the Ruran, but then they wanted to subjugate them pretty badly. And so it's like imagine you're working for a Japanese company, and not only you resign from the Japanese company, but then you want to become their new boss. And now, not only do you want to become their new boss, but now you want to treat them so poorly that it's not the prettiest thing to see. So I guess with the Ruran, instead of being quote unquote subjugated by the Göktürks, they went in many different directions. Some went into Europe. I guess Hungary would be one of the countries. Some of them probably went into Japan and contributed to the ancestry of the samurai. And then some of them went into the Americas, because I was looking at the DNA of the Eskimos, and even the Eskimos before the Inuit. And yes, I know, Matt, you were talking about the Inuit, and it is true they were one of the Eskimos, but they weren't the only ones. And so I guess before the Inuit, you had the Inuit, which were one of the Eskimos, and then you had the Eskimos before the Eskimos, which I guess another way to call them is like they had the Sakhoi and Dorset cultures, and those would have predated the Inuit. But it seems like both of their ancestries were really close to the Ruran, Joron, and Avars, or Joron Senpi Senpai, and I think the Paleo Eskimos were even closer to the original Ruran people. And I think the difference with the Inuit or the or the other, well, more than Inuit, because I guess there were other, because I guess you have the Yupiks and there were other. I just prefer to say Eskimo because like I don't just want people to think it's only Inuit. I guess it's like if people said like Cherokee for Native Americans, like not everyone's only a Cherokee, but anyways, yeah. So yeah, I think the difference between the Paleo Eskimos, so connected to cultures like Sakhoi and Dorset, and then the Eskimos who came later, connected to, I guess, Inuit and the Yupik and some other people as well. I'll just say Paleo Eskimo and Eskimo to make it easier. But anyways, I think the difference is that the Eskimos who came later, I think they mixed more with the indigenous people in North America. So like it's like they had the Avar, Ruran, Joron, Senpai ancestry, and then they mixed with the natives who were already there. And then the people who came before, the Paleo Eskimos, I guess they just decided to stay like as who they were for a while. And I think some of them may have migrated down south and mixed with other people, because like I'm sure there's a reason why my great grandmother Lita on my dad's side, my dad's maternal side, I'm sure there's a reason why she looks like a geisha. Maybe she had some ancestry related to those original people who came 4,000 years ago or whatever. But yeah, like the thing is like that's what I would always tell my uncle. It's like I would always tell my uncle like I don't really feel Native American the same way you do, but I definitely do feel Japanese. And my uncle, like sometimes he would say like Genghis Khan and all that. And I was like, Herman, like the Ruran, Jiron Senpai Senpai, they were well before Genghis Khan and all that. Of course, you know you had you know Attila the Hun, uh, which I think even came earlier, but I think part of his ancestry, part of the Hun's ancestry, I think was a little bit different. However, there were some undercover Ruran Jiron Avar Senpai Senpai, I guess, who went with the Huns. So like even though some of them, you know, came to Europe or Hungary at around the same time, 450 Common Era. When you look at their DNA, they were like undercover samurai. So it's like on the surface, you know, they might have been seen as Huns, but you take off the label and then you get samurai. But I think it was only some of them. I think some of the other ones are actually Huns, but some of them were kind of like undercover senpai. I don't know how to say it. But yeah, it's like, and I've actually been watching this anime recently called Bleach: Thousand Year Blood War Arc. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not yet, but if you guys want to watch it, you know, I highly recommend it. It's basically the plot of the story is that um, these group of people called the Sternritter, which are, I guess are kind of like, I guess it's like kind of like trying to mirror like World War II Germany, but it's giving it like a bit of like a Hunnic twist to it, where it's like, you know, they fought the was it Golte 13, like essentially like the samurai in Japan like 1,000 years ago, and they lost, and now they're coming back for revenge, and then like the Soul Society, you know, they try to fight them off, but you know a lot of them kind of get, you know, overpowered, and so they're kind of looking at their substitute Soul Reaper Ichigo Kudasaki, who is part like samurai or Shinigami like them, but he's also a mix of so many other ancestries like me. And then they're asking, you know, Ichigo, would you be willing to help Soul Society? And Ichigo says yes. And Ichigo, you know, he fights they call them the Wandenreich, and so they you know, Ichigo fights them, and the other Soul Reapers fight them, and some of them actually join the Soul Reapers or the Shinigami. Like they say, hey, like you know, our leader Yuha Bach is not treating us, you know, well, so like we want to join you guys. And some of them, and then like there's a guy named Udio Ushida. I'll try to summarize this, Matt, and then we'll go to the Celtic ancestry. But yeah, so Uryu Ishida, like he's kind of like one of those like undercover senpai, where like even though like they look on the surface and call him like, you know, you're just like the Quincy or like the Sternritters like us, like undercover he is like that senpai, you know, who came to, I guess, Europe earlier, and so like, you know, he ends up, you know, helping us. And yeah, it's just like, I guess like the moral of the anime is like to kind of like show people like, hey, like, you know, you can choose the path of the Sternritters, where they just want their ancestry, or you can choose the path of the Shinigami, which, you know, is still the path of the Shinigami, but it's so many other ancestors together. So yeah, it's like a really good anime. But anyways, so yeah, if you want to go about Celtic ancestry, and I guess like when we talk about like Irish specifically, because Irish, I think some people think that Irish people are only Celtic, but Irish people have like a lot of, I guess, different ancestries in them. Like they have, you know, a lot of Irish have like Viking ancestry, because like the Vikings went to Ireland and they raided, and I think what happened is that the Vikings, when they came to Ireland, you know, they raided Ireland, and some of the Vikings, you know, intermarried with some of the local women there, and or I don't know, maybe some of the local men intermarried with some of the Viking women. But anyway, so what happened is when they had a mix of like Norse and Celtic, then the Norse and Celtic descendants, if you will. Like they fought back against the Norse or the Vikings who kept coming, and so, and I think like with Irish, because I've seen like some Irish samples that are like very close to like Norwegian and Danish and Swedish, and of course Irish and Scottish and even English, because share Belgico Celtic ancestry. But then there are some that are also close to like Spanish, Portuguese, French. Because some Irish also feel connections to Spain, and I think some to France as well. Well, I guess that would be you, Matt. You are part Irish and part French, or Quebecois. But yeah, it's like I just call myself Celtic because I think sometimes people want to say like only Ireland can claim ancestry to Celtic people, or maybe some people might even say that was Scotland. But I just tell people like Celtic people were kind of everywhere, and I think like if you look at the DNA of like the British and Irish like back 5,000 years ago, back then they were genetically closer to like I guess Latins, Etruscans, and I guess even before the steppe ancestry, because eventually Latins and Etruscans also inherited steppe ancestry. But even before that, like I guess they were really mainly Anatolian Neolithic farmer and some Western hunter-gatherer. I think one of the first people in Britain, and maybe it's also connected to Ireland, is Cheddar Man. So Cheddar Man is like a person who lived, I guess, in Britain over 9,000 years ago, and he had blue eyes, but he had dark skin, and so he was one of the first people who lived in that land. Then after that, you had the Anatolian Neolithic farmers who were, they had fairer skin, but I think they mainly had like brown eyes and darker hair. Maybe some had also brown hair as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah. And so after that, then you had the steppe people. And my dad always asked, who are steppe people? And the steppe people, like they're not necessarily like Asians, but they were, it's like the part of the ancestry of the Native Americans, like if they didn't mix with like ancient Northeast Asians, like Koreans, Japanese, Chinese, Polynesians, and all that. Like it's a what if story if they didn't, and it makes me think of Dragon Ball Z, like Journey to the West in a way. But if they didn't mix with the East Asians, they would have gone west into Europe, and they did. They mixed with I guess Cheddar Man, and then they mixed with Caucasian hunter-gatherer. And I guess eventually they mixed with the Anatolian Neolithic farmers too. But they were really genetically close. They were called the Yamnaya, and eventually they became the Bell people. But they were genetically close to like Norwegians, Swedes, Danish people. So I guess those were like even before the Celts came to Ireland, Britain. Like those were some of the first people I guess who came there after the farmers, who built Stonehenge were there. And it was kind of brutal because it was said that they replaced 90% of the population in certain parts of Europe. So it makes me think of like the Vikings before they were known as Vikings. But anyways, so yeah, so you had them, and you look at the DNA of Britain and Ireland 4,000 years ago, after the age of when it was mainly just Western hunter-gatherers and the early European farmers. And so they tended to be closer to like Norwegian, Danish, Swedish, North German, North Dutch. And then eventually, 3,000 years ago, or no, 3,050, yeah, somewhere around there, 3,000, 3,500 years ago, or even 2,500 years ago, you had a group of people called the Iron Age Celts, and they started off as I don't want to give Hallstatt all the credit because people will talk about the Hallstatt Celts and they'll say, oh, it's from Austria, but they didn't only stay there, and they weren't even genetically closest to Austrians back then. The Hallstatt Celts were genetically closer to like Spanish, Portuguese, French, North Italian, South Dutch, that kind of stuff. But yeah, so yeah, so they started there, and then they eventually went into France, which used to be called Gaul, and Spain and Portugal, and they mixed with, I guess maybe, like well, I guess in both France and Spain and Portugal, they mixed with a group of people called because they had Celtic Iberian ancestry, and then Iberian Virayetes, and some even had Latin and Etruscan. So, to me, probably what happened is they mixed with the early European farmers that were there, because maybe in parts of Spain, Portugal, and southern France, maybe central France, maybe the Yamnaya people were there. Maybe they didn't mix as heavily in those areas as they mixed in Britain and Ireland. But anyways, so they went into they mixed with the people who were there, and so they yeah, and so then they became known as the Latin Celts, and so the Latin Celts they seem to be genetically close to modern day Spanish, uh, and I know Spanish like. Were there any gay Vikings? I'm sure there were. I'm sure there were. Matt, like even if it was undercover, like I'm sure there were. But yeah, so yeah, the the Latin Celts seem to like be like a mixture of like early European farmer, or some people might even say like partly Anatolian Mediterranean, um, Celtic and Germanic all at once, because they also had so they had Celtic ancestry, but they also were related to like a Germanic group of people called the Batavi, which I think mainly known in the Netherlands. And so maybe that's why they were partly related to South Dutch as well too. But um, yeah, so I think some of them also went into Britain and Ireland, and I think that's how Celtic languages came to be in Britain and Ireland. Like if you listen to the Celtic language, it's actually closer to Latin, or I guess to French as well, because correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, but I think French is mainly derived from Latin. But just derived from Latin, but just kind of with some changes to original Latin, I think. And so, and then they also had I think part of the Celtic language I think also influenced French as well, and of course the other Franks too. But yeah, so I guess they mixed. They went to Britain, Ireland, and I think that's how the Celtic languages eventually came to be over there. Some Belgic people I think went there too. And Belgic is Celtic, but they were also Germanic as well. So I guess it's like a mix of like Celtic and Germanic people. And yeah, so yeah, it's a lot of history, because I think people don't realize, how many different ancestral groups there are, and maybe that's why like sometimes people um, they kind of I'm trying to find the word like they sometimes because like even Germanic people like sometimes like you know like sometimes when, for example, like people from Germany come to Norway, like sometimes they have different opinions about certain things. But like when you look at the ancestry, it starts to make sense, because like for example, even like the Italians and some Spanish and Portuguese, you come to realize that before the imperial period of Rome, some of the original people in Rome during the Republic were actually closer to not only North Italians, but also Spanish, Portuguese, and Southwest French. And so, yeah, it's just one of those things. I don't know, I thought Latin resembled anything, or I thought Latin didn't resemble any other. No, no, no. Yeah, so, Matt, I think so. Latin, I don't think it influenced every European language, because I think there are some Northern Germanic languages that aren't really influenced in Latin. But if you look at Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, French, English. All of them have, and even like the Celtic languages, because people say that originally Celtic and Italic came from like a shared root, so like that's why like certain Celtic and Italic words sound similar. But yeah, like there's like a lot of like crossover there. I'm not so sure about the German language, like from Germany or Scandinavia. I'd have to check on that. But yeah, we got some other ones too. But yeah, if you look definitely in Western Europe, like Spain, France, Portugal, uh, Britain, Ireland, you know, there's a lot of there. And then I guess you have Eastern Europe too. But see, I don't, because like I know my dad's partner one time asked me, you know, what do you think about Eastern Europe? And I told her, you know, I connect with Hungary a little bit. I have known some, like I have a friend Hungarian Scottish, and he and I get along fairly well. And I asked her, you know, does Hungary count as Eastern European? And I think she's like, I don't know. I think maybe for her, maybe Eastern European's more like Poland and Russia and Ukraine and all that. I don't really have an opinion about those countries too much, aside from, of course, you know, a war going on there for a while now. That area. But yeah, I just don't really have too much of an opinion about the people, if only because, I mean, maybe Matt might I mean, not Matt, Maffey, that's what I meant to say. Maybe Maffey might have some Eastern European ancestry, I don't know. I think I have a tiny bit, but I just don't really, I don't really, I don't know. I just don't, maybe I think about it differently. But yeah, Hungary is one place that it is pretty interesting, because, you know, of course there's many other countries aside from Hungary, but, it's just amazing, like, how many Asian nomadic tribes came in there during the medieval period. You got the Huns, you have the Buran Avar Jimon Sempi Senpai, and then you had the, I guess the Mongols try to get in there, the Turks, and just all these different all these different people on horseback. But anyways, yeah, like, should create some. We can do it off stream if you want, Matt. Just because, of course, like we could do it on stream, but I'd prefer to do off stream because I think it's better that way for now. If you're all right with that, if you're willing to wait until the stream ends. I have done Discord streams where I have been in voice chat, like usually for bossing. So if you want to do something like that, like where like we talk, like if you ever want to do bossing with me, or if Hendrix ever wants to do bossing and you guys all want to like get into a Discord like voice chat for that, like that'd be fine, because I usually don't mind doing it that way. But if it's just something like this where it's like I mean, I could, but I don't know, like I feel like it'd be better like if I was bossing or something. I don't know. Let's see, search the crates. Bro, I'm level 3. Don't you? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Well, if you, yeah, so Matt, I don't think, if I talk to you on Discord, I think I'd have to, we'd have to add each other again, because I don't think I have you on my friends list anymore for whatever reason. But you can always, like, I can always send you an invite to the Discord again if you want to join, or, yeah, like, I don't know. I told you I wasn't watching. Oh, yeah. No, I kind of figured, Matt, and it's okay. It's okay. You know, the thing is, Matt, don't take it the wrong way, but I usually do that with a lot of my close friends. Like, I do like to send them videos, and they don't have to watch it. Like, I just like, I like doing it because, like, I like to share. But, like, in the future, Matt, like, if you ever say, like, if you say, like, hey, Jem, like, I'm alright talking with you, but I'm not the biggest fan of, or I'm just not as interested in watching the videos of some of your other friends. You know, that's okay. I can understand that. I just like I'm the kind of person that like I do like to share things, but I do know like some people are okay with it, but I also know like some people do struggle with it a little bit more. So you know, I can understand that because I can be a bit enthusiastic at times, and I will admit to that. Like, and I think it's a good thing to have like a good enthusiasm, but I know like some people will just they don't share the same enthusiasm. So it's kind of like an example would be like you could enthusiastically share about stuff about Pokemon, and some people you'd be fine with that, but other people are like, you know, Jem, I'm just not the biggest fan of Pokemon. I'm like, you know, I understand. But yeah, no, I put a link to it in the chat, Matt. But yeah, no, that's okay, Matt. I had a feeling. I had a feeling that like if it wasn't that, I was like, well, maybe just Matt just you know, maybe he just decided to just go his own way or something. And so that's why like when I sent you a message and you replied back, I was like, okay, no, I think Matt's still okay. It's probably something else, so but yeah, no, I understand, Matt. And you're not the only one who's told me that. Other people, I mean, it usually doesn't happen often, but there are some people that are just like, "Hey, Jem, I love you as a friend, but I just, I just am not, you know, I'm not the hugest fan about some of these videos, and that's okay. That's okay. Actually, there was a Discord I was in where I was sharing quite a few videos, and some of the people, you know, just like I do it in my Discord, and you know, people are fine with it for the most part. And maybe it's because it's you know it's you know it's my Discord, and or even if it wasn't, like I guess maybe the people in it are fine with it, or you know, it's kind of like one of those things where you know the thing is if you don't want to watch it, you know, you can always you know just not watch it. Um, But I do share it because even if there are some people who don't like, for example, in Discord, like even if there are some people who don't watch it, there are some people who do. So that's why I share it because you know there's some people who generally enjoy it. Um, but yeah, no, there was a Discord, like in Ken's Discord, like there were some people that just really struggled with me sharing videos, and so now I just told Ken like, hey Ken, like, because like Ken, I was away from Ken's server for like a month or two. But I was still watching his videos on YouTube, and he kept saying, "Hey, join the Discord." And I just told Ken, "It's like Ken, like I, you know, I'm fine rejoining the Discord, but I might just like keep like most of my comments and all that like either on YouTube or just directly with you because his Discord can get a little bit crazy, a little bit like political in a crazy sense, and so I just tell like Ken like." And so like that's what you like that's like what you were saying, Matt, like earlier. And so like my example of that would be like in Ken's like Discord sometimes the general chat can get very political, and I even asked Ken like, hey, like Ken, like if you'd be able to like make like a gaming chat, like that'd be great. And like Ken was like, all right, like I'll do that. Because like I just so I don't like want to be like in the chat where everyone's talking about politics and stuff like that. Because it's fine up to a point, but it gets to the point where it's like I also want to talk about gaming as well. But yeah, um, yeah. Give me a sec. So hold on, hold on, Matt. Is the invite not working for you, by the way? Let me see if I can send it to you. Yeah, but no, I really do enjoy Ken and his live streams. Like I think deep down he has a good heart, and I can understand why he wanted to stop with the red pill content because he said it himself. He said like after a while, like he just what was it? It was just making him sad, and like I can understand like how he was feeling. Like, and I think honestly, like even though like people were saying, well, they're saying, oh, like Ken, now that you're doing gaming streams, like you're gonna lose most of your viewers, and honestly, like I think if that happened, then maybe people that were watching Ken's streams weren't really actually appreciated him for who he was as a person anyways. But no, I think Ken, like he's still doing like this like his gaming streams regardless, and I can respect that because I think if you only do content that people like if someone says, well, I only like you if you do red pill content, and if you don't do red pill content, then then I'm not gonna like you anymore, then I don't think that's really like a healthy relation or a healthy like connection to have anyway. Um, yeah, give me a sec. Um, let's see. Were you able to join the Discord, by the way, Matt? I think I sent you a link. Let me know if it works for you. Okay, I left. Chat. Yeah, hold on. Did you get the link, by the way, Matt? Or did you get the link in the YouTube chat? I don't know if it's showing up for you or not. What if not? If the link is not appearing for you for whatever reason, Matt, uh, what's your Discord tag or Discord username? Because maybe I can add you that way. Oh, so wait, hold on. Oh, okay, Matt. Okay, hold on. Okay, is it just Matt underscore JK? I just want to make sure I got it. Okay. Okay, I got you now, Matt. Okay, do you wanna start the call or do you wanna start with me? Um, we can do it either way. But... I'm trying to juggle doing the stream while talking to you at the same time. Put the stream on pause. I can always talk to you while streaming, Matt. I might just have to juggle a few things. Actually, give me a sec. I'll be back. I'm just gonna put on something real quick, and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. I just had to get some more water, use the restroom, and oh my god, didn't realize I had my eBay tab there. Let's. Oh, appreciate the second like, whoever left it. Matt, are you still there, or hopefully I didn't lose you? Oh, okay. So, are you still? Hold on. I don't know if you're still watching the stream or not, but okay. Hold on. Are you still watching? Oh, hold on. No, no. Okay. So, okay, if you can hear me, Matt, so because it's easier to tell you directly than just to type it all. What I can do, because I know that someone else is, I think, might be watching the stream too, is I can basically like log off the game. I can still have the stream on, but I'll just like mute my mic on OBS, so that way, whatever I guess is being said, like I guess people don't hear it. Or I guess I can also mute the game audio too if I need to. But yeah, like I can only. Well, I think the game audio should be. I have the desktop audio muted, so if I mute the mic audio, I think that should be good enough. The only reason I want to keep the game audio on is so, yeah, we'll, yeah, no, we'll figure something out. But yeah, let me log off, and then we'll figure what we'll do here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna. Okay, so. Okay, I'm just gonna put. Okay, so I'm just gonna mute the stream, and I think that should be fine. Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Hopefully I didn't keep you guys waiting for too long. I just finished my chat with Matt JK. We just took a voice chat off stream for wee bits, and now we're back. Speaking of which, Retro's back. Yes, not only Retro, Bjorn too. Where are you on YouTube? Hold on. Southeast. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Oh, Bjorn, welcome to the stream. I'm glad you decided to join. Oh man, I forgot my spade. Give me a sec. Combat Retro. Are you watching the stream by chance? Are you still? I only just logged in today after like 2 weeks myself. What you've been playing? Uh, I've been playing 2004Scape and a bit of Soul Calibur 6. Bjorn. Glad you could make it to the stream. I just finished chatting with Matt for a while. It was pretty nice. I haven't sold Matt burnt fish in a while, by the way. I don't know if he's still collecting them, but I remember with Matt. I don't know if you're still watching the stream, Matt, but yeah, I remember I would. I remember one time, I think I sold Matt 3 burnt fish, and he's like, only 3? And I'm like, hey, it's better than nothing. But yeah, that's funny. Thinking about better than nothing, we got our reward. So, no uniques, but. Not right now, Retro. Not that I think of. Let me know if you need anything, though. Um, I have some neat stuff in the bank, but you seen his progress video? Oh, are you talking about Matt? Um, yeah, he was telling me about them. Like I think, he's close to getting 99 mining now, which is pretty cool. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been stacking up my cash stack for a while now. I don't have like anything in my bank that's probably worth over 10 mil in terms of an item. Um, but at least with my cash stack, I do have some neat stuff as well as still got my Gothics armor, and I got split bark, which is almost like worth a mil. Or I don't know how much it's gone down, but yeah. The legend. Yeah, nice. I'll probably do it eventually, Retro. I It'd be cool to get a Farseer helm eventually, but I need 45 defense for that though. About that. I'm trying to get 80 strength right now, because see my goal retro, and I don't know if I've told you this before. I think Bjorn knows by now, but I'm trying to make a battle mage build, so I have 80 magic, trying to get 80 strength. Eventually I want to get 60 attack, and then I want to do Lost City, and then Hero's Quest, so I can have access to a Dragon Dagger, Dragon Longsword, Dragon Mace, and Dragon Battle Axe. So like my goal is to like, and maybe I'll do Horror from the Deep as well, because I think Book of Balance might help with my build, where yeah, or I, you know, kind of I go for like a Guthix Claws charged into like a D Mace or DDS spec, and yeah, that's kind of like what I'm trying to do right now. But yeah, I probably should do Horror from the Deep eventually, get access to. Hold on. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far, by the way. Always nice to do this for you guys. Oh, no worries, Retro. Is it the game audio that's too low, or is it my mic audio? Because if it's my mic audio, I can adjust it, but if it's the game audio... Oh, it's my mic. Okay. Okay, let me... Okay. Okay. How's it now? Is it better? Is it better, or is it a little bit too loud now? I changed it a little bit, but... If it's too loud, let me know, or if it's still too low, let me know as well. Sounds okay. Alright. Do you want it a little bit higher or a little bit lower? Yeah, if it's fine as it is, then we can go from there, but if you think... Well, if it's up to me, a bit higher... Oh, even higher, okay. Do you want it a little bit higher? Okay. Okay, how about now? Is it high enough now, or is it too high, or... Like, is it perfect now? Is it too high or still too low? And you can let me know too, Bjorn, or anyone else watching, if you guys think it's like I can do a poll real quick. Just fine. Alright. Yeah, and is the game audio fine as well? Because if the game audio is too loud, or is too low or too loud, you guys can let me know. No, I can understand that, Retro. I can understand. Appreciate it. Yeah, I always thought to myself, like, I wasn't sure if it was too low, but I wanted, you know, you guys to see it too, just to see what you guys thought. We're almost at 70 strength, by the way. We're not too far away. Oh, by the way, Bjorn, I actually made some nice pepperoni pizza today. Cooked some nice wood fire pepperoni pizza in the oven. And I think I finally got it down pat. I feel like putting the pizza pan. I think maybe Hendrix is more interested in this, or maybe you are too. But I've found out putting the pizza pan in the middle of the oven, preheating it for like 30 minutes to an hour, and then putting it in the oven at 450 for like 20 minutes. Has it coming out pretty well. For a long time when I would cook pizza, like I would struggle to get it cooked just right. I think I finally got it, even though it took a lot of tries. Yeah, it came out really well. Hendrix sometimes asks me, you know, how I cook my pizzas, so yeah, it's one of those things. Oh, speaking of which, what do you guys eat today? If you guys would like to share. Um, Sometimes it's nice to hear, you know, things that people enjoy having for food. Whether it's cheesecake, a lemon pie, or sweet potato mac and cheese, like Mac Attack, I think. Please. Now we're on. Pop-Tarts this morning, then chicken sandwich for dinner. Oh, nice. Retro, is the YouTube live chat not working for you? I don't know why I can't, or I don't know if you're still watching the stream or not. I don't know why I can't see your comments. I don't know. You can always type it out in game, but I wasn't sure if you were trying to type in the YouTube chat and it just wasn't working. There we go, we got 70 strength. Appreciate it, Retro. I'm sure it works, but I'm using game chat. I have split. Oh, I see. Not a problem with that, Retro. Finally got 70 strength, guys. Now we only officially have 10 levels left to go for 80 strength. And I know I would say we're halfway there, but I think it's still gonna be a little while before we get 80 strength. Oh, well. Uh, hold on. Wait. Hopefully you guys are still enjoying the stream, by the way. Sorry if sometimes like there's like a bit of a lull of me not always speaking, but yeah, no, I'm still here. Just kind of go, kind of just yeah. Oh. No, Retro, I just I appreciate your concern. I guess with me, like when I stream, I just want to like make sure like everyone's like having a good time in the stream, where everyone's kind of enjoying just the content. Um, but yeah, no, I appreciate the sentiment. I appreciate it. Give me a sec. Oh, there's Rune. Uh, yeah, too bad mac and cheese can join, but another time. Oh yeah, the one thing, I don't know what you guys think about this, but Matt was asking me when we were voice chatting. He's talking about why I mainly only play 2004Scape whenever I'm streaming. And I told him the reason why I do it, and I'll tell you guys this too, is just, I just feel like whenever I'm playing this game, like 2004Scape, I always feel better when I'm sharing it with you guys, just because, of course I could play it while I'm not streaming, but it just doesn't feel as fun. Like I just feel like I'm more engaged, you know, playing 2004Scape whenever I'm streaming versus uh, when I'm not streaming at all. So yeah, because I know I know to him he found it kind of a little bit different, but I just told him um, this is just the way I like to do it. So. Yeah, I do too, honestly, retro. Even though I used to really enjoy playing old school, uh, what I like about 2004Scape is I feel like it's how I felt when I first started playing old school Scape, like back in the day, years and years ago. And yeah, it's just I've really been loving the 2004Scape experience, and whenever we do finally get 2005 content, and I don't know if they're going to do it to where choose if you want to stay in 2004Scape or if you go in 2005, but yeah, like I think if I have the option to go to 2005, I will go to 2005 because I feel like most of the content we get in 2005 is really awesome. Like we get like Barrows, we get um well, we get Castle Wars at the end of 2004Scape, but yeah, it's we get Mystic, um I think Farming, I think in 2005. Yeah, so a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, oh yeah, and Dagonoths too. I think we get Dagonoths, I think in 2005. Yeah, at the end of 2005, yeah. Yeah, Dagonoths are really fun. I think I'm gonna stream a bit more, guys, and I think I'm gonna end the stream because I think I've been doing this for a while, even without the the wee break when I stepped out of the stream. Hey Rune, glad you could join the stream. I'm glad you could make it. Know we're doing well here. Know we got 70 strength, and yeah, nice to see you pop up in here. I know you're always in the Discord server, and I appreciate that. But I'm glad that you've also decided to pop in here. Speaking of which, you know, for anyone who is not in the Discord server, if you guys want to join, you're more than welcome to. I know you're in the Discord server, Rune, and I know Bjorn was in it for a wee bit, but yeah, if any, and then Retro too, but yeah, if any of you guys want to join or rejoin or whatever, no, you're more than welcome to. I went on a binge with those SpongeBob clips in Japanese. Oh, I'm so glad, Rune. Yeah, yeah, those are really fun. Yeah, I watch a Japanese YouTuber named Ken Kenobi, and maybe I'll put it in the I'll probably put it in the NSFW memes. But yeah, he has some pretty good content, and he did a run of Hachi Shaku Sama, which is like a game with like an 8-foot woman, I guess, chasing after you in like a rural part of Japan. But yeah, if you wanna see if I can share the clip real quick. Yeah, he's. Yeah, my favorite meme video, I'm not sure which one yours is, but I love the one where Plankton. I really love Plankton's Japanese voice actor, and it's crazy like how he's like telling SpongeBob like with the high pitched Japanese voice actor, like, I command you to make that Krabby Patty Hayaku or Hayaku. But SpongeBob's like watashi wa watashi wa. It just sounds like it. Just the Japanese voice actor fits him so well. He calls him SpongeBob. SpongeBob. I love it. That's great. And then the way he laughs is like, it's crazy. And then especially the part where he goes, where he plays a record player and he goes da 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 A B C, and then he plays it in reverse. And he goes, wee. It's funny. Yeah. Oh, Hendrix is on. Like, mm-mm. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can find some other funny content, Rune. But yeah, I posted something in NSFW memes if you eventually want to see it. Give me a sec. I've been playing Octopath Traveler 0 lately. They're great games, similar to old Final Fantasy games. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool to hear, Rune. Yeah, speaking about Final Fantasy, I'm really excited for the new expansion, Evercold, that's going to come out in January. We're going to get a new patch update, though, for the story next month, so that'll be cool. But yeah, I don't know if you've played Final Fantasy 14 before or have heard about it, but yeah, it's been a really fun experience. I think I own 14, but haven't gotten around to playing it. Oh, maybe you'll be able to eventually play it one day, Rune. It's pretty fun. Yeah, if you ever wanna, if you ever need someone to play with on Primal, on on the Primal Data Center, no, there. But now it's a lot easier to like, hop across world servers now. So even if you're in one of the data centers, no, I can still play 14 with you if you ever want another person that you know to play the game with. Actually, I don't. I played 13 for a few hours and wasn't a fan of it. I also tried 15, wasn't a fan. Oh, I see. Yeah, sorry to hear that. Yeah, I really loved 13 when I played it. I beat the whole trilogy on stream. Now 15 I haven't really played as much, but yeah. I can understand that. Yeah, 13 is a pretty active game. Yeah, I enjoyed it because I eventually came to really enjoy the characters as well as the music. I love the music in that game. Oh, I want to let you guys. I don't know if you guys are interested or not, but I recently sold um, Pokemon cards on my eBay store. I sold a nice lot of reverse hollows from Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Um, it's one of the essentially like a remake of the Gold and Silver Pokemon games, and they made a card set out of it. I was invested in the characters and story, but I couldn't push through it. No, I can understand that. Yeah, I know 13's not for everyone, but I really just really thoroughly enjoyed the series. I guess it's like, cause like there are some people that really love Minecraft, and I could never really get into it, but Yeah. But yeah, 13 was one of those series that thankfully, I really did enjoy. Are you looking to buy any herbs, by the way, Retro? I don't know if you need any herbs or not, but... Or anyone else in the stream, I don't know if you guys are looking for herbs or... Got bars too. Loves. Oh, sounds good, Retro. Are you... How much for herbs? Well, I got a ton of different herbs. I got, I identify all my herbs from bombs to Renars, and then the unidentified herbs that are Urit or above, I'll have to... But... So... Are you fine? Okay. Collecting my own herbs right now, I don't think I'll spend money on the herbs, maybe secondaries later. Alright, Rune. Yeah, because in the past I've sold unidentified herbs, like, or above for like 3.8k, but I don't know how much for now. It's still around there, or a little bit more I can up. Okay. Yeah, I usually do it for 3.6 to 8, but yeah, let me know what works for you, Retro. Yeah, but all the other herbs, we can figure that out. I can use up to Renar wheat herbs. How many can I buy? Okay. Oh, okay, up to Renar. Okay. So the Guam herbs, I have 57 Guams, and I can do those for... I can do it for 375s. Yeah, nice. I think that's pretty fair. Nairn's Hill. I can do Marintil for 80. Harem, I can do 775. Yeah. Farlander. Farlander 2.3. Then Renard 5.8. Yeah. Yeah, so if you want to come to Edge, I can sell them to you. I got 57 Guams. I got 39 Marintil. I got 28 Paramine, 21 Harlander, and 11. What will 1 mil gold get me? Okay, so you said you can use up to Renard, right? So I think let me do this real quick. There's not going to be a mill, but it's yeah. So let me write this down. Okay, you know, give me a sec, Hendrix. Not Hendrix, Retro. Give me a sec. Yeah, this. Yes. Berlin. Yes. IVI is a herb king. He would probably know how much. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't checked the high scores in a while. I don't know how many people have. Or I don't know if anyone. A while back, I wanted to see if anyone had a 99, but I think. Okay, we have two people, 99 herb lore. Sensei and detective, and then inducted. Number 3, Avatar's number 4, and Pasca is number 5, tied with Yanice, Deadbotting, and Long. Oh wow. Crazy. Sure, why not? Let's. There we go. We officially have 15 mil now. Pretty cool. Yeah, if you want any ores and bars, I have them too, but if you don't need them right now, then you can always wait until I have more herbs and let you know. I think I'm gonna do one more run of Thugs, guys, and I think I'm gonna end the stream. Appreciate you guys coming out and watching today, though. Always nice. Oh boy. Little Renar. Yeah, almost Rune. Just I've been streaming for a while now. Or at least what I think a while is, yeah. So probably after this run, I'm probably gonna end the stream. It's been nice though. It's always nice to hang out with you guys. Sorry about that. Oh, I actually have IVI on my friends list. Oh wow, 2 Raynors in a row. That's Yeah. Master. A lot of people on today. Not a problem, Retro. Go. Oh no! Not the mime event. there's one. Almost done, guys. Just a couple more inventory slots. Yeah, it's just really cool. We finally got some strength. That might be the thumbnail for the video. Milestone. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna end the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed, hope you guys had fun, and I think I'll be off for now. Hope you guys take care.